Let's get fucked up and die. So about a week ago, I was fortunate enough to go to a concert. Now, normally when I go to a show, I have an idea of who the band is, or at least very familiar. I know albums, songs, and all that. But this time was a bit interesting. So the new year rolled around, and admittedly, I wasn't in best spirits. The new year was not difficult, but let's just say it didn't go the way that I wanted it to, which is fine. Sometimes life happens. And I was feeling a bit down. And so out of the blue, oddly enough, a friend of mine gave me free tickets to a concert in Philadelphia at the Fillmore Theater. And the show that I went to go see was a band called Motion City Soundtrack. Now, after listening to the band getting ready for the concert, I found out that it was actually something I kind of enjoyed. It's more of a punk rock emo kind of band, but it's very good when you're feeling down. It's like good for your soul. Very similar to My Chemical Romance, but not nearly as hard or edgy, but edgy in its own way. And so, admittedly, it was about a week before the concert. I had no idea who this band is, so I met up with someone random. I said, "Hey, you want to go to a free concert?" And they were like, "Hell yeah, I want to go to a free concert." And so I went together, and it was nice. The concert was great, and normally I would go into this stories about my experiences with bands or what I felt or how they affected me growing up. But this has been a while since I've had this situation where I really don't have much to say except for the concert itself. And with New Year's not being what I wanted it to be, or at least, not starting my year off the way I wanted it to, it just felt nice. Sometimes you feel like things happen for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, not everything. But just the way they was like, hey, got free tickets, got a date to go with me. It was just something I needed. And of course the show was great. Now, I wasn't able to sing along with all the songs like I normally am. But after listening to it a few days before, I knew enough to get ready. Some of my favorite songs are, of course, Broken Heart. My absolute favorites was Let's Get Fucked Up and Die. There's a lot of really good songs by Motion City Soundtrack, and if you haven't listened to them before, honestly, I'd recommend it. They've been around for roughly 20 years. I believe the first album was in the early 2000s, and they're pretty good. I'm very happy. I'm very impressed. And even now, even though I'm past that emo punk rock phase of my life, it's kind of nice to go back to it, And like I said earlier, some of these songs are just good for my soul. The Fillmore was a really cool venue too. I've never been there before. It's a standing room like a lot of venues in Philadelphia are, and it was very nice. Very nice bar. There's like a wall of all these famous bands that have come throughout the years. It's interesting that this is not the typical venue that I normally go to. I used to go to a lot of these when I was in college, but since I don't see a lot of those people that were into these kinds of bands anymore, I really kind of moved away from it, and I went over to stadium shows like I went through all of last year, for the most part. But upon reflecting, I thought maybe, maybe it's time to spice things up a little bit in my life, Maybe it's time to branch out or try something new, something along those lines. And I think now that we're getting close to the new decade, even though technically speaking, the new decade doesn't start till 2021, but whatever, maybe it was time for some change. And I had some time to think about it. And, I know I haven't really been posting that much on YouTube recently. Sorry about that. The holidays are rough, and it's a lot to handle sometimes. But I'm working on a lot of things. Some updates. My show that was originally in February is getting moved back. We believe it'll be up in May. I don't quite know when that's going to be, but I'll post about it later. We're going to be doing a workshop, which, as I mentioned earlier, probably won't have any tickets available if I post it on my channel here and make a post about it. But I know that we will be going up in the Philadelphia Fringe Festival soon. I don't know what the dates are, but I'm pretty sure that we'll be doing that this year. So I look forward to that, and I look forward to updating everybody about it too. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me. I hope that you enjoyed my little spiel about Motion City Soundtrack, and I hope maybe I've inspired you to check out something new. Or if not that, maybe try new things this year, It's a brand new start. Try that gym membership. Try that food. Ask that person out, It really got me out of my slump. And I feel more confident going into the new 2020 year. And I just, I've got a lot to look forward to in the future. And I'm really grateful for that. Well, hey, thank you guys so much for watching this weird, quick little episode of Kirk Talk, and I'll see you guys in the next one real soon.